Welcome back to the channel. Just want to go over some curiosity that I have, and maybe somebody you might be curious also. But I was just kind of curious, like, how much have I spent since I've been on the road? I've been on the road since August 30th of last year. I was full-time driving and traveling in my bus with my dog. Before that, I was living for a couple months back in my hometown, just around town in my bus, out of the apartment. I was out of my apartment and into the bus. So what this calculation, what is total, what I have to give you is what I spent on the road, not including uh, cell phone bills, insurance, medical bills, or anything that you make your license or registration, etc., that you may have on a daily basis. This is just what I spent in my bus, on my bus, while out on the road. So as you know, I travel full-time in my bus. Me and my dog Zen. We travel in this 2006 International converted school bus with a 6.0 diesel engine with the automatic Allison transmission. We average around 5 miles a gallon in town area and get up on the around 8 plus when we get out on the highway. So it's average for a bus. You're pushing 20 plus thousand pounds down the road. So and we did a lot of miles. We traveled. Let me get my book out here. We traveled from Arkansas, where I'm from, to back in August 30th when I started out. And we drove a total of 5,516 miles from August 30th through January 31st of this year. So I haven't been on the road a year yet, but when I get a year's worth, I'll bring up more totals. So here is, I'm just going to go by the total of each column. That's not including month by month. They are the food, I mean, they include food, eating out, dining out, fuel, of course. What I spend on my diesel heater fuel, bus repairs and maintenance, dog stuff. Yes, I spend a lot of stuff on my dog. I spoil him, so he likes his treats. And the money I spent on the build of the bus, which I'm still building out my bus on the inside, still building out the dinettes and my couch, etc. As you can tell, I got plywood around behind me, so more of that's coming. And laundry and propane and lodging, which is campgrounds and etc. So the total amount for the time period, August through January, on food is $1,402.34. Eating out was $497.65. Most of that was in September when I first got on the road. It's kind of like when I was spending money for my camping year. I didn't know what I was doing. This is all brand new to me. Like, where am I going to go? What am I going to eat? And why and how and what? So, and that also included some gifts and things that I took back to some friends in Arkansas. I went back there in October for a wedding. So the dining out includes some of those items because it was a kind of a luxury item. And so the biggest expense, of course, is fuel. Spent $2,109.40 in fuel on this bus so far. And so the diesel heater has been really cheap. I spent less than $20 for diesel heater fuel. I don't use it too much. I follow the warmer weather, so I haven't used it much. Just in the morning when it's chilly, I have it on for a few minutes. And dog stuff, yes, dog stuff, dog food, dog treats, no toys, no etc. He doesn't play with toys. $659.37. It sounds like a lot, but he's worth it. So he likes his treats. He goes through them pretty quick because he's a big dog. So he takes a bag of treats and in a few days he's gone. So you got to spoil your pets. So sometimes, and then bus build is from just buying things. Like I finished my cabinets in my kitchen, and hardware and lumber and hinges and slides and it's been working on $952.37. And I'm not done yet. So we're looking at a few more $100, and then hopefully we'll get done pretty soon. Laundry, I haven't done a lot on laundry, $7.50 in those time periods. And that was just through a couple of laundromats. I do a lot of my own laundry in my sink. I do the John Steinbeck way. Put it in the bucket, slosh it around, rinse it out, and hang it up. It's cheaper. You don't have to spend time in laundromats. I don't have to worry about parking this 39-foot bus in a parking lot. I don't have to worry about leaving my dog in the bus while I'm doing my laundry. It doesn't do as well in the cleaning, I don't think, as a machine would do, but it works. It gets the stank out of it, and hang it outside in this nice Arizona breeze and let it dry, and go from there. Propane, the only thing I have on propane is my stove and my water heater, and I filled up in Colorado in September, and then I filled up again in Arizona in December. So I've only filled up basically twice my propane tank, 20-pound tank, not a big tank, barbecue size, for $24.62 for propane. Pretty good for that much. So my main source of heat is the diesel heater. So this is just for cooking and water. And lodging, from August 30th through January 31st, most of that was in the month of September, when I was, again, just on the road, didn't know where to go. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to stay? And I spent $99 in that time period on state parks and campgrounds in different places to stay. I don't need any utilities, so I can stay on a campground for just a dry camping. So I don't need water, I don't need electricity, I don't need sewer. So I just need a place to park. So that makes it a little cheaper. And this $99 is not including the money that I spent here in Quartzsite at the BLM land, the Bureau of Land Management, LTVA, long-term visitors area, which is $180 for 7 months, with water, trash pickup, and sewer dump. So I'm going to be here about 5 months, and so that breaks down about $36 a month. So the $99 is for the whole year, but I need to add on about $100 more so far for the 3 months that I would be here, to make it. So less than $200 so far to stay out on the road. Right now I'm not on the road, I'm in a campground, but I'm in Arizona. It's a long way from Arkansas. And so that part, and I haven't included on while I'm in Arizona, I have a personal mail business that's $89 a year for the year, and I use it to get my packages and my mail, and they forward it if I need to a different place whenever I move on. And it's called Moon Mountain Mail here in Quartzsite. A really great place, great people, easy to work with, and packages arrive and they let you know. So it's wonderful. So, and if I go somewhere else in April, whenever it starts getting too hot, I can just call them or email them and say, send this mail to me at a different address, and they'll pack it up and send it to me for a charge, but that's still pretty good. So it gives me kind of a home base mailing system. So if you want to get on the road and figure out where you want to, if you're not staying in one state, that you can get your vehicle license and your personal license and your taxes or whatever, you can get a mail service and use their address to get your mail and your legal things, because a lot of the states don't send out to just wherever. So you have to have an address that it has to go to. So if I didn't have that, along with thousands or millions of other people in the country that are traveling the same way, you would never get any mail. And that is sometimes not a bad thing, but you do have to have mail. So the total I spent on the 5,516 miles is, with all those, is this amount: $7,269.87. Now, this is not including everything. There are a few things I probably missed along the way. A receipt here or there. I forgot to put this down in my little notebook, but it's going to be pretty close. That's the bulk. The biggest expenses I've had so far have been fuel, and September was my biggest month, was almost my biggest month because it was my first month on traveling. January was my most expensive month because I had a bus breakdown. And when you're in your bus that you live full time at your home, so I had to get my bus and my home back on the road so I can live in it. That was it was over $900 for the repair, and it wasn't including the tow bill, which was covered by CoachNet roadside assistance, which was probably been another $1,200 to $1,400 for the tow because they towed me 20 plus miles to California. So that's the totals we have. So it's been good. We'll see what happens. You can spend as much as you want out on the road, and you can stay every night in the campground, or you can spend a little as you want on the road. You don't spend any time in campground. You can boondock. You can eat light. You can not go out and socialize too much. As you know, it's just me and my dog, so we spend a lot of time just me and my dog. We don't go out any places because this is my only vehicle, and it's hard to get a 39 to 40 foot vehicle anywhere and park it. And then, as you know, as we go through with my dog has to go with me, and then it makes it hard to go into places that accept dogs. So there are very few of those that go through. And as I go through my videos in this area, I will be pointing out certain areas that are dog friendly for those who want to maybe travel with dogs. So you can find lots of resources online on the internet, dog friendly. I use an app called Bring Fido, and that is a list that they have compiled of places that are dog friendly. You just type in your destination, and you type in the type of business you want to go to, an event, a restaurant, a hotel, or whatever. And if it's listed, they'll have the dog restrictions in there, or your pet restrictions. And so that's been really helpful. And because if I don't go somewhere, he stays in the bus and he barks the entire time. And I think it's just stressful on him. And it just makes me feel bad that he's out here barking while I'm inside having a food or something, because he's not doing his livestock guard duty, which is what he's trained to do and what he's known to do. It's a livestock guard dog. I think maybe he feels out that he's not guarding me. So we just kind of hang out together, and he does his thing, I do my thing, and we get along. So that's what we're doing right now. We're still in Arizona for about a month and a half. The weather's picking up, is in the 30s the last few nights. It's going to be in the close to upper 70s by this weekend. So looking very good. We'll get out. We got a trip to Yuma planned to get some more stuff on my bus build, as you can't see it, but we'll have some cushions on it, and I'll have a place to sit down and have a dinette. I can actually sit down and eat instead of eating off my lap. And then I'll work on a little corner in the back that I'm going to do for my I guess you call it an artist studio. I'm not a big artist, but I've got a little space back there. I'll do a video sometime when we're getting closer to it. But right now it's just piled with boxes and stuff. So, but that's going to be my art studio back behind. So we'll have pretty much the bus done, except for what to do to remodel. So that's the next plan. You're always working on something in a vehicle, in a RV, motorhome, house, whatever. You're always working on something. So that is it. We did spend this much. So it's not a whole lot, but it's, I mean, you've got to live. You got to go. You can spend a lot less. Like I said, you can spend a lot more. Just depending on what your budget is. My budget is just trying to stay what I'm making on Social Security and not go over that. I do have a little savings put back for emergency uses, hopefully. So I'm trying to save as much as I can to not go over my expenses, because it's just easier to stay ahead than it is to get behind, because once you get behind, it's hard to get caught back up. So that's it for the video on this one. It's nice enough to go outside and go for a walk. Light breeze, sun is shining. Let me show you a little bit around and see what it looks like out here. Once again, another beautiful day in the desert. And the dog's already been for his walk, so he's right there. He is. He's resting in the shade. And then beautiful sky. So that's it from the desert of Arizona. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on down the road.